Hey there, welcome back to Creepy Encounters. In today's video, my stalker tried to kill my girlfriend. Stranger exposed himself to me while I was alone at work. I had totally forgotten about this story until my girlfriend reminded me of it a couple days ago. I started dating my girlfriend at the end of my senior year, and before we started dating, I used multiple dating apps. In many of my dating app profiles, I had my Snapchat listed so that people could add me. This is important. Nothing led to anything with the dating apps. I'd talk to people for a bit and eventually the conversation would die out. When I began dating my girlfriend, I had deleted the apps but never deleted my account, meaning people could still see my profile and my Snapchat in it. I realized this after a few people would add me, but it didn't go anywhere because I'd tell them I had a girlfriend. As you would imagine, the conversation would end there. But there was this one guy that added me, let's call him Adam, and he asked me if I was available. Being straight, I was used to guys adding me, so I gave him the usual response, sorry I'm straight and I have a girlfriend. I expected him to leave me alone, but he didn't. At first the messages were normal, how was your day? What did you do today? Simple stuff like that. Being the nice guy I am, I responded because I thought this guy just wanted to be friends, and having a gay friend is okay with me. Then the message progressively got more creepy. He started asking questions about my girlfriend and not the basic questions. Questions like, do you guys have sex a lot? Or does she like you're good in bed? I simply responded with those are kind personal questions, and I don't feel like it's right for me to share my dating business. Adam would always apologize and not talk to me for a few days, then he would hit me up again and ask creepy questions again. I eventually told my girlfriend about the situation, and for those who don't know, my girlfriend is super sweet but she is also very aggressively protective over me. So she adds this guy and basically tells him that he needs to leave me alone. Unfortunately this enraged Adam, who responded by saying that I need to dump this bitch now because she is a cunt. Naturally I defend my girlfriend and block Adam. Everything was cool for a week until another account added me. The guy's name was Tyler and he was super chill. He was super nice to me and respected my relationship with my girlfriend. As the days go by I start to notice that Tyler's vocabulary was very similar to Adam's. I wasn't sure about it so I didn't make any assumptions that it was him. So I gave Tyler's snap to my girlfriend who added him to investigate. As soon as she adds Tyler's snap, Tyler flips out on her, which confirms that it was Adam. As soon as this realization is made I block him again. From here everything goes quiet from Adam for about a month. So I live in the suburbs of Chicago and both my girlfriend and I live down the street from each other. So naturally we do see each other a lot and both our families are really good friends. On top of that our families would also house sit or pet sit for each other. Anyway, a month goes by until I get a letter with no address or name on it. Just my name on the front. I open it and to my shock and horror, it is basically a love letter from Adam. The premise of the letter was basically him saying that he loves me and he wants me to run off with him. The letter also takes a very sexual turn halfway through, with him describing what he wants me to do to him and him to do to me. At this moment, two horrifying realizations hit me. One is that he knows my address and two, he dropped that letter off himself, meaning that he is in my town. I immediately call my girlfriend who is equally as shocked as I am, and after consulting with my parents, we call the cops. Unfortunately, since I had blocked as well as removed Adam's social media information, and that the letter had no return address, there was nothing we could do about it. Day after day letters would keep appearing in my mailbox until they also started appearing in my girlfriend's mailbox as well. Her letters were far worse than mine. Adam wrote of how much he hated her and how much he wanted to hurt her. He also stated many times of the ways he would inflict pain onto her until she broke up with me. Like me, she took this to the cops and again they could do nothing about it. My girlfriend's family had plans to go to Hawaii for vacation, and I was to house sit for them. The first couple days went fine, until around 1 over the last nights of the week. As per usual I was over at their house, watching TV on the couch, when the power went out. Mind you, it was around 1 a.m., and it was pitch black when those lights went out. The next few seconds were silent, when I heard a window smash from the office. To understand this more, let me give you the layout of the house. When you entered the front door, to your left was the living room, straight ahead was both the kitchen and stairs, and to the right was the office and dining room. On the upstairs level, as soon as you reached the top of the stairs, a bathroom was straight ahead and my girlfriend's room was on the right and the other bedrooms were on the left. Immediately I shot up, grabbed a kitchen knife and ran upstairs to hide while calling the cops. I quickly got into my girlfriend's room and slipped into the closet. As soon as I was able to contact the operator, I heard the pounding of the intruder running up the steps. Thankfully, I had relayed all the information to the operator in time, who then stayed on the phone as we both remained quiet. The intruder took a left when he reached the top of the stairs, which gave more time for the cops to arrive and for me to get ready just in case I needed to defend myself. A few minutes go by until I heard the intruder start walking toward my girlfriend's room. In the only few precious seconds I had, I slipped out of the closet and positioned myself next to the door. As soon as he opened the door and started to enter the room, I took the kitchen knife and drove it into his shoulder. A young man screamed in pain as I heard a heavy metallic object make a large thud as it hit the ground. From there I bolted out of the house, where I met 4 squad cars and cops with their guns raised. I threw my hands up, shouting that he was upstairs in the right room. A few minutes go by and the intruder was dragged out, still screaming in pain. With the siren lights flooding the street, I got a glimpse of his face. It was Adam. And I was informed later by an officer that metallic thud was made by him dropping his handgun. Adam was from Texas and had traveled up to my state to be with me. He had rented a room at a local motel and would put letters in both my girlfriend's and my mailbox daily. He would do this in the early hours of the morning, which was confirmed by the security footage of the motel he was staying at. That night, Adam had plans to kill my girlfriend and her family, so I would choose to be with him. He managed to pry open the power box and switch off the power to her house along with neighboring houses, and broke in with the intent of her being there. Well, unfortunately for him, she was enjoying a tropical vacation. To be honest, I have no idea how this outcome would be different if they did not go on vacation. And I am grateful that I still have my girlfriend as well as her family alive. So Adam, please stay the frick away from my girlfriend and me. This happened to me when I was about 17F. I worked at a convenience store in my hometown. Back then we did solo overnight shifts. It's not as common in the big chains anymore for safety reasons. I was working alone when a young man came into the store. He was about 19-20. I went to the counter to wait on him and I realized he had his pants unzipped and he was exposed. I was internally shocked but thought it was probably a prank and he was trying to get a reaction out of me. I decided I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction, so I waited on him like a regular customer. It was the weirdest interaction. He walked around the store, exposed, looking at items, walked up to the counter to buy something, paid for it. I gave him his change, and he left, all the while letting his twig and berries get some air. I thought, well, he was probably disappointed at how that went and went back to my work. The next day I found out the cops had arrested him because he had come back later and was hanging out by the dumpster at the same convenience store, exposing himself to customers as they went into the store, telling them to come here. The cops came and arrested him. Creeped me out a bit because honestly at the time I thought he was just some kid with friends outside just trying to get some sort of reaction out of me, when really he was a full-on creepy creeper. I'm kind of glad I didn't react. Probably confused him. I ended up quitting overnight solo shifts because my mom had a nightmare that I got stabbed in the back cooler while working alone. A few weeks after that dream, the guy who replaced me was held up at knife point. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more real-life creepy encounters around